Welcome back to Thinking Outside the Boot. I'm your host, Marc-Andre. I'm here with Jay.
What's up?
We got Dara, and we have Samir. And for this episode, we will be doing a Premier League, just team of the season so far. We're about 80% through the season, and obviously a lot's happened, and we have a pretty good idea of who's been the good players and who hasn't. So we're just going to go through every position. It's a classic 4-3-3. You got the keeper, 2 center backs, right back, left back, and then 3 midfielders. And then you need a left winger, a right winger, and a striker. And those are the parameters. So let's get into it. First, who do we think the best goalkeeper has been this season?
I think Jordan Pickford deserves a really big shout. He has kept the same level of consistency and performance. Like, his saves have always had an impact. He kept them from being relegated. But his saves are actually contributing to his team winning points, going up the field. I think his direct passing, I've never seen him throw like a bad pass. I've never seen him just hoof it up the field. And there's a reason
purpose behind like all his long balls.
And there's a reason he plays for England, and I think just the way he carries himself, I think like if you want a Premier League winning team, which is what the team of the season should be, putting Jordan Pickford in there over Raya should not change the outcome of the team's performance.
I mean, I'd have Raya. I think Raya gives Arsenal confidence at the back that obviously Pickford does, but I think Raya is so active. For someone as small as him, he claims crosses so well.
Yeah.
Like, it almost feels like he knows where the ball is going to go. I feel like he anticipates everything so well. It's also hard for a goalkeeper because you almost need your team to play well for you to get credit, regardless of how well you play. And that's probably why Samir's talking about Pickford now, is because Everton are a top half club for the first time in a decade.
Yeah. I like the Jordan Pickford shout. I think, for me, he's gotten better throughout the season as Everton's gotten better throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it goes like consistently from like day one to the end, I think it probably goes to David Raya.
Yeah.
I just think he's probably been the most consistent. I think like Samir made a great shout with like Jordan Pickford because I agree. And you also have to look at like consistently throughout his like career in the Prem, and like the last few years, I think he's been unstoppable, and there's a reason he's England's number one.
Yep.
But, like, even if you look at this top 3, they're all number ones for their country, right?
Well,
so it's like...
Raya might not be. Or maybe they will take him over Simon this year.
No, it won't be Simon. If it's anybody, it's David Raya or Garcia.
Oh, yeah, it could be Garcia.
Right?
But that's
I think Simon's done. But it's probably David Raya.
Yeah.
I mean, Donnarumma, obviously, is Italy's number one for
probably
forever.
Next 15 years.
Yeah, literally.
Buffon 2.0.
But, yeah, I think for me, it's probably David Raya.
I have a question. Obviously, he's not going to win it, but for impact, for pound, where would you put Lamens in this conversation? I don't think he'd win it.
Number 4.
4. Like, do you think the impact that he's made at United is that big?
Pound.
4? Because pound for pound, Lamens has changed
United.
I think I was going to say he's probably higher than...
Well, no, I don't.
Because even off corners,
but I mean, I don't think he's better than the 4. I probably don't even think he's the 4th best keeper in the league. But I do think pound for pound impact. There's like, you're not a joke club at the back now.
Yeah.
Like, people actually respect you off corners.
100%.
I remember watching Bayern at the beginning of the season, and I was like, I don't know if. Like,
no,
am I missing?
Was it that Spurs game?
Bayern,
was it Spurs? And there was a week where you guys conceded a 2-quarter kick goal, or like a month.
Yeah.
Like, low-key, people would just shoot it at Bayern. So I think Lamens, like, he gives you that confidence.
Yeah.
So pound for pound.
I do think pound for pound, though, he's still 4.
Yeah.
Because I do still think that Raya, Donnarumma, and Pickford slightly edge Sané Lamens in just, like, overall aspects of helping their team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I think, like, maybe he could be above Donnarumma because I think the difference between Donnarumma and Trafford, right, if you put them both in goal,
that's fair,
is the level that difference in keeping,
which
makes, like, potentially Sané Lamens that impact more. Because if you replace him
with Bayern, then I think the gap is bigger between Trafford. Yeah, even though Trafford had that really bad game against Spurs to start the season.
Yeah.
City showed that they're not even that good against Spurs. At all.
So if it was me, I would go Raya, Pickford, and then Sané Lamens or Donnarumma.
Perfect. So awesome. So goalkeeper, we have David Raya. Let's go right back first because I feel like that's usually the trajectory. Who do we have for right back? I'm going to start with Dara.
You guys are probably expecting me to pick a player, but like I'm not picking Reece James. I'm putting Youri Timbers.
Really?
Back. Yeah. The main reason why I'm not picking Reece is because he's not really played right back
Yeah.
throughout the whole
Yeah.
season. Even if you want to say like, oh, he's inverted into the midfield from right back, I'll say he started games in the midfield,
Midfield,
more
yeah.
than playing at right back consistently. And I think Timber has had an amazing season. You know, he's up there with Reece James in talks of who's the best right back in the league. So I think he deserves it this year. So I'm going with Urian Timber.
Samir, what are you saying?
I'd say Urian Timber as well, just based off of consistency
Yeah.
and the fact that the other players that I would mention have not been as good as him
Yeah. They've had, like,
consistently overall.
moments.
Because
Yeah.
I would say the best right back in the league is Reece James,
agree.
just as an overall player.
I think for me, it's probably Timber. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward with Timber.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think there's a point where I would have given it to Reece James because I agree with Samir. Reece James is the better player.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Reece James is a more complete player, and honestly, like people always talk about, oh, a team of 11 of this player. It's probably Reece James, would be
Yeah.
the best,
Yeah.
the best player for
He
that.
can play anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty straightforward now. I'll give it to Timber too. So 2 Arsenal players to start off the list.
Yeah.
And now we're going to the 2 center backs, and I don't want to make any assumptions, but very possible that doesn't change. We'll start with Jay. Who do you have as your 2 center backs?
Gabriel Saliba.
Anyone else who you think even had a shout?
I'm trying to think. Van Dijk's been okay this season.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been exceptional.
No, I
I
agree.
think some people have overhyped what Van Dijk's done this season.
Yeah.
I think people think he's actually performed better than he has,
Mm-hmm.
but I still think his impact's not enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Gabriel Saliba.
Yeah, I think on Van Dijk, like people have seen or they've seen moments of Konate being bad,
Yeah.
and they just assume that he's been like that bad the whole season.
Yeah.
So then they still want to give Van Dijk credit, but at the end of the day, Liverpool still aren't good. So you're kind of giving him you're giving him more credit for dealing with a bad partner than for actually making a defense
Exactly.
good. Yeah.
And the truth is, like, Van Dijk has kind of not always, but a lot of the time in his Liverpool career, been the exceptional center back and
Yeah.
had to deal with somebody that's not on his level. So now that, like, Konate's bad, we can't make an excuse because Van Dijk's done it all his
Yeah, he
career,
has.
right? He's helped
yeah.
up the other center
Yeah.
back where he's not doing it this year, and that shows his downfall.
I do think he's dealt with underrated. Like I think Matip for a
Sure.
long time was very underrated, but we're
Sure.
kind of getting
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I do. And I mean, you could maybe even argue that Matip was better than Konate at his best. But I think last season Konate was very good too.
Yeah.
Samir, who are your 2 center backs? You sticking with the Gunners?
I would say, like, I know I've been going kind of Everton crazy, but their defenders have been really, really
They
good.
have, I
Michael
think-
Keane
Yeah,
has to deserve a shout. Like,
Sure.
because
Tarkowski's been better.
I know Tarkowski's been better, but for me, Michael Keane is just for me kind of represents more Everton, and
Sure.
that's why I'm going for him. Tarkowski's the better one, but what I noticed about Michael Keane is maybe I just had this idea of him prior because of like Brexit ball, and he looks like a Brexit player. He used to play for Burnley, but he can actually distribute the ball really well.
Yeah.
Same as Pickford, like his diagonals and the way he just hoofs it up the field, and he can just disrupt play. Like he has that vision to Iliman and Di, same as Pickford, and just to move on that wavelength, able to stay under pressure, and he can play like a pass out. Before he used to just hoof it, but for some reason under Moyes now they're actually playing like good football. I think he deserves a shout. I think Ruben Diaz deserves a shout because when City are without Ruben Diaz,
yeah.
compare them with Ruben Diaz, it's like night and day. They are absolutely horrible without him. I would overall probably give it to Gabriel and Saliba, but I think one of those guys being removed. Also Ballard at Sunderland.
He's been good.
He's been
Has
very
he been?
good.
Do you think he's been better than Alderete?
No. Alderete is
Yeah,
better.
exactly. Yeah. Dara, you give yours.
I hate to say this, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's Gabriel and Saliba. Man.
So it's
God
been a
damn.
tough start. For
I mean, the season they had at the beginning,
yeah,
you know, they're talking about, you know, beating our record.
yeah, which
And it just shows how good that team was. Like, Raya didn't have to do anything for most games. Like,
Yeah,
they
at the
were so
beginning,
good. Like, even Arsenal as a whole, they were so good. But those two are, like at their best, they're incredible. I think they're the best in the world. Like, best center-back pairing in the world.
okay. So far we got Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel. The first one where I would be surprised if we picked an Arsenal player. I'm gonna go left back. Let's start with Dara. Who you got?
Don't say it. Don't even try.
I can't squeeze him in there. I can't
It's
justify.
No,
squeezing
no,
in there.
no,
I
not
can't
anymore.
justify it.
No.
No,
You
not
could
anymore.
try,
Not anymore.
Like a year ago.
but I might pull his hair back if you try.
So your shout's Cucurella? There's no...
I'm like divided between him and O'Reilly in my opinion.
just... stand on
I'm
Cucurella.
gonna stick with O'Reilly.
Okay, that's fair.
O'Reilly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to say, I think early in the season, and if Calafiori hadn't
I was
gotten
gonna
injured,
say.
it would have been Calafiori. Because I think even there were points where people were talking about Calafiori or Hincapié. But then when Calafiori really came in and played, I think Arsenal fans have noticed that he's probably like a half tier above Hincapié, even though Hincapié is very good. That being said, he was down, and I think Hincapié got good too late.
Yeah.
So I'd probably give it to O'Reilly as well. I think EFL Cup doesn't matter, but he was amazing in that as well. I almost want to give him credit for how people view him now versus at the start, more than I want to give him credit for his actual play. But I do think, that being said, he's played very well.
Okay, so I guess I can't give like the actual best left back a shout. Luke Shaw.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, bro. Samir,
Are you
who you have?
serious?
What?
I was
No.
gonna say one other.
I can't say
player.
Luke Shaw.
Wait, but mine
Wait,
was
why
bad?
is Luke Shaw a crazy show?
But mine was
He's not
bad.
even the
Luke
best
Shaw's-
fullback in your team, and I know
Yeah,
you don't
he
play
is. He's
fullback
better
no
than
more.
Dallo.
You don't play.
And not only that, Luke Shaw has also played the most minutes for Man United this season.
Okay,
He started every game, and he's been consistent.
Anyways, my pick is Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall has been the
Yeah,
best.
fair.
Has been the best left back in the Premier League for his age, the maturity that he shows. He's only been dribbled past 12 times, playing for that Newcastle side. He has over 1,700 minutes. So Lewis Hall is everything you want in a fullback. He's
Yeah.
great defensively, great attacking wise. I think he should play for England
Sounds like
at the
Luke
World
Shaw.
Cup. You
Yeah,
also
yeah.
got to remember that they did go deep in the UCL, and he has not let any of his performances in the Prem dip. I can say that about a lot of players.
Yeah.
Like, Luke Shaw's only have to play in
To
one
be fair,
competition.
he did strap Lamine. Lewis Hall, I thought he played Lamine very well
First leg.
Yeah.
in the UCL game.
Wait, Lamine?
Like,
Lewis Hall. Oh, for
Lewis
some reason I
Hall.
thought
Yeah,
O'Reilly.
yeah,
Yeah.
No, I think O'Reilly deserves a shout, but just he has had moments in the like. I know he's an attacking fullback, but he's damn near playing midfielder. I'm not gonna say that's my
Yeah,
that's
fair.
my fullback. You
So
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think in my head he is a midfielder getting slotted to left
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
That's why. I think if it's out and out fullback, it's probably Lewis Hall.
Yeah.
Since you guys won't give me
Well,
a shot.
I just think
I think there's another player in there that I'd definitely give a shout. I would have never thought I'd given a shout. I think the next position we're gonna talk about, I never thought I'd give this guy a shout ever.
Mid.
Yeah.
we'll get to. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Club?
No, we'll get to that.
Plays
We'll
for
get to
my
that.
club.
No, yeah, we'll get to that.
I get
So
two in
I think
midfield.
we will do O'Reilly. Me and Dara said O'Reilly,
Yeah, that's
and I
okay.
think
Yeah.
That's fine. That makes
I
sense.
think
That's fine.
if Lewis Hall probably had played 5 more games, then. But it's
I
hard.
think if he had a
'cause it-
season like this last season, and this is the second year he's been playing like
That's
this,
true. It's also
then it's
it's hard when you don't play for a team that's playing well as a defender because it's all reputation.
yeah, and then you see him holding like 7, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're
Yeah. Exactly. What
Whatever
I
you
was thinking is I almost feel like we can knock the 8 and the 10 out of the way, and we can do a 6-8-10. Are we fine with that?
yeah.
And do we
guys, it's very simple
for
here.
for the 10? Let's not. I don't want to spend
Yeah,
more
Bruno.
time on it than I need to. So are we fine with Bruno at the 10, Rice at the 8?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, although there has to be conversation. This is a little
what?
topical. There's a little topical. We need to start watching out for Rice's ball distribution and playing and breaking in between the lines because against City he had a horrendous game.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying we have to watch. I'm not saying
I think
anything.
you focus on moments
Yeah.
more than the whole.
Yeah.
Because as a whole, his
Yeah,
ball
he's been
striking
an over-
distribution's
yeah.
been, and he's probably been the third, maybe best player
Yeah.
in the Prem.
Yeah.
Maybe second. Like I wouldn't have an issue.
Yeah, I was just saying like low key,
first?
we need to have conversations about him.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
Okay.
calm down. What is? Yo.
Yeah, I'll take.
No,
No,
trying
you
to
put
kill
him
you.
third, so I was like, who else?
No, it'd be
But yeah.
like Holland, but I think Holland's
Yeah,
kind of
fair,
been
fair,
past
fair.
it this season. So then for the 6, or we could do like a 6-8 hybrid type of player, but for the 6, who do we have? I'll start with Jay because I know who you're gonna say.
It has
I think
to be a
so.
Does it also have to do with how bad your midfield is? Like, if you remove one player, it's horrible. Because that might play a part in your head when Casemiro's not there. You guys are horrible. But maybe that's just because
But we
your
still have
midfielders
Bruno.
are not confident.
No. The downgrade from Ugarte to Casemiro, yes.
Yeah, so that's
for
what I'm
sure.
saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
maybe that's why, and maybe it's like all you need is just an enabler to Bruno and the other midfielder, and I feel like
Yo, is Casemiro more important to our midfield than Bruno is?
No.
yes.
Like,
I-
if we really think about it.
Okay, bro.
Come on, bro.
Bruno can't do what he do without Casemiro. Casemiro can do what he do without Bruno.
Yeah, but that's because Casemiro plays a less important role that demands less.
No, but
yeah, it's because Casemiro's
not for
role, you
United
agree?
though. Just how like a goalkeeper demands less on a field if you put someone who's just
For me,
competent.
I'm just thinking of
changes
the
whole
downgrade
dynamic.
taking Casemiro out of the team.
Yeah, but
I
who do
think
you
he-
put at the? He's kind of right though. Who do you put in? Like Cunha?
Yeah. Like,
That's
we
a-
haven't seen him there to, like, actually judge,
My,
right? But, like,
my point is this: like, I think you can find a player that would do what Casemiro does way easier than you can find a player that would
yes,
do
but
what Bruno
not
does.
in the current United squad.
Yeah, but in the current United squad, then you're just giving him credit because the squad sucks. You're not actually giving him credit for being better than Bruno or more important.
Well, he's not better than Bruno. I'm just saying, based off of, like, our squad depth and second-hand players, I think you could potentially put Cunha at the 10 for Bruno. We wouldn't have the same impact,
Yeah.
but I think our drop-off in quality
Sure.
wouldn't be as bad if you took Casemiro out and put Ugarte in.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that I wouldn't say that makes Casemiro more important.
but
than
getting
Bruno,
getting
though.
No,
getting,
probably
I
not.
think that just means that United have some depth issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
have probably spent
No, I'm just making an argument
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Obviously,
And
not.
have-
Bruno, you
have
can't remove Bruno's impact. on the
bricked with
team.
Ugarte and done better with their forward signings,
Yeah.
which is fair because of
Yeah, yeah.
who you brought in this
Yeah.
year.
I-
So then,
I
DM, who do you think for the six?
My shout was Anton Stack. Anton Stack's been amazing for Leeds. I mean, even
shout, good shout.
every
He's the one
single
who keeps hitting free kicks, right?
yeah, bro,
Yeah.
he's like Declan Rice, but more important to his team. Like he's off the set piece, he's amazing.
More-
Off the. What I mean by Declan Rice is, I mean he's a good player, and then he can give you that additional plus with the set piece. That's what I meant. Like he's very.
I just have an
versatile.
issue with the more important to his team. I think it's easier to be important on a bad team than it is to be important on a good team.
Yeah,
so I
but-
think
I
Yeah.
still think Declan Rice is more important than Anton Stack, though.
yeah.
Okay,
I
that
would still argue. That's why we play him right back, even when we don't have a
I
right
think
back. 'cause we
Anton
just
Stack,
we need
like
him
you know how
playing.
people talk about Reece James, that's Anton Stack for Leeds. He plays, he can play
That's
right
fair.
mid, center mid, can put in a shift at center back, can put in a shift at cam, slots a banging free kick. He has so many like assists from corners. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I think that for a player that I expected to just be another guy getting in the FIFA pack, you know, like
Yeah.
he's actually been very
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good,
yeah.
and he deserves a shout.
He's someone who you wouldn't be surprised if he got picked up in the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or do you
Yeah.
think he's too
He's
like
he's like a Norgard but better.
yeah, and also younger.
But
which is-
I do have to agree, Casemiro, solely on the
27.
fact that he's added that attacking prowess.
Yeah.
Like he's always been able to score, but he just has like you could sense it now. I don't know what happened, but he has like that added layer of, you know, understanding an attack. Like he has awareness. He knows how to position himself and goal. And the same thing as a unit. I think it took him a couple years to get out of that Real Madrid headspace, but now that he's out of it and he's adapted to the culture,
Yeah.
there's always been a player there. And
Yeah.
it's like it's really good.
I don't know
that-
if you guys watched him yesterday, but he was absolutely.
yeah, I did.
Class
Yeah, he
yesterday.
had a really
Bro,
good
he
game.
played midfield by himself.
I know. Okay.
Dara, who
Sean
you got?
Rowling?
Who you got the six?
I did not know we had to have a holding midfielder in that midfield.
It's fine, bro. Just
Because I was like,
You could say an
I was-
8.
yeah, you could. No, honestly, you could.
because I was like, Bruno Guimaraes has been like the
Yeah.
only one of the few good things about Newcastle, and especially he's had a decent goal
Yeah.
GA contribution.
He
this
scored a
season
lot
as
of
well.
pens, I think.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but like genuinely, he's like one of the good things about Newcastle, like, and he's one of the best players. And also, I can't mention like this season without Dominic Szoboszlai as well.
yeah.
He's been like one of the
That's
most
true.
consistent-
Over Rice, remove Rice,
No.
remove Rice,
Okay, bro.
remove
I can't
Now we're
take
getting
this guy
ridiculous.
serious.
No, I can't.
Like, what are we doing?
Sometimes I forget if he's an Arsenal fan or not.
Like, what are you even saying right now?
I think he just hates to cope. Bro.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
I was thinking about him as
Bruno?
well.
You can't have.
Huh?
You can't
Is
not
Bruno
have
G your
Dominic
pick?
Szoboszlai.
Yeah,
Nah, I can't say that because he's been out for like a couple
Yo,
of games
we'll
now.
put
He's only played
Szoboszlai at
20.
right back.
I think.
Two
So
of them.
so far the team we got is we have David Raya, Yuri and Timber, William Saliba, Gabriel, we got Nico O'Reilly,
Yeah.
Casemiro, Declan Rice, and Bruno Fernandes. That is our lineup so far. And now we are going into the final leg of our pick with the forwards. And I'm going to start at left winger because I feel like left wing might be the easiest pick of the bunch. Maybe you disagree, but
it?
I'm going to start with
missing
who I
someone.
believe it
Yeah,
is.
you go
I'm going to
first.
say, I think it has to be Antoine Semenyo. I think
Yeah.
he's been that good for Bournemouth and then still that good for Man City. Honestly, I was concerned he'd be another like Omar Marmouche type of purchase where you buy in the heat of the moment because your team's not doing well. But he's actually came in and he's looked like he won player of the month in his first month at the club. I think it's hard to not give it to him, really.
Yeah. I don't know why I never see him as like a left winger though.
You
I was
see-
thinking of left wingers and I'm like, who's left winger? But yeah, it's Semenyo.
Yeah.
Because he plays like right wing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Because he played right wing the last game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
In the
he-
final, he played right wing.
He's just like a two-footed winger who can deploy off both wings.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, Doku can probably play off both wings too.
Yeah, he could.
Dara, who'd you pick?
I was picking Semenyo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking Semenyo. He's had a great season right from the start as well. So
Yeah. No, like I remember probably 6 games in, it was looking like he could be. I mean, probably wasn't maintainable, but people were looking at him as the PFA Player of the Year, and I mean, fingers crossed this doesn't happen. If Man City make that charge and win the league, it would be hard not to give it to him, even though Bruno's been as good,
Yeah.
just because the narrative would be on his side.
I think playing for 2 Prem teams this season and performing in both
Yeah.
really helps your PR.
Because you've seen like players not do that. I feel
Yeah,
like I think of Torres. I think he transferred in January.
Yeah.
And he was like probably past his prime at Liverpool, and he got in and wasn't even close to that. Alexis Sanchez didn't do well when he moved to United. Like, there's a lot of precedent for players not doing well when they transfer. Samir, who do you have as your?
No question. Antoine Semenyo. I mean, literally top 3 in so many metrics. He's top 3 in goals.
Yep.
He has 4 assists. So 19 GA in what is that, like 29 games?
Yeah.
He averages
Wow.
a goal, he averages 0.5 goals per game, which means he scores every other game on average. He's a great progressive ball carrier. I mean, I haven't seen anybody that takes a man on like Semenyo.
Yeah.
He's the first player where I could see the mix of the old game and the new game.
Yeah.
Like the way he takes
I like
players
that.
on, it's very systematic, but you could still see the flair in it. That's just like an out and out winger.
Yeah.
I think there's no argument with Antoine Semenyo.
He almost like the way he runs and the way his like build looks, you almost wouldn't think he'd be as good on the ball as he is.
Bro,
Like he looks so powerful.
He's literally a FIFA player, bro. Like
Yeah.
he's strong.
Yeah.
And then he moves at like 99 pace, and you're like, why is this player moving like that? He is literally like
Yeah.
a FIFA winger.
You're like, why does my 89 physical winger have Tech Plus? Like it's literally that. So yeah, I assume that would be the easiest. Unanimously, we all said Semenyo.
Yeah, same thing for the other wing too.
Well, I actually don't know who you have for the other wing, but we'll go to the other wing,
wanna-
and we'll start with you. Samir, who
Well,
do you have as your
I
right
was
winger?
gonna put him in midfield, but because we couldn't put him in
Okay.
midfield, Harry Wilson
Okay, so
is the shoot in. I had stats about him prior to the pod. I didn't even know this. He's in the top 5, top 10 for shots on target. He's in the top 10 for goals, top 5 for assists. He has 16 goal involvements. He has one of the highest average ratings in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And what I like about him is his efficiency. I think he overperforms his.
I'll get to that.
He
does.
overperforms his XG.
He doubles this season.
Harry
I don't.
Wilson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I don't know about for his career, but I know for this season he has 10 goals on 5 xG, and if you watch him play, it's not surprising. Like it feels like
He's a game
decisive.
changer. So
Not
out
right
of
winger,
out of
to be
his
honest.
out of his 10 Premier League goals, 4 of them have either come to win the game or to draw. So like against
Yeah.
Burnley, he scored their go-ahead goal. Against Brighton, scored a 92nd minute winner. Versus Tottenham, he scored in their 2-1 win.
Yeah.
Versus Liverpool, got the goal to give them a draw.
Yeah.
So he has 3 match-winning goals and
And then I feel
one
like-
draw goal out of his 10. So that's 40% of his goals have either won a game or won them points.
And then he also had the goal against Chelsea, which I don't need to remind you of that game, Dara, but Kukurea pulls
did
him.
Kukurea do
Yeah.
that?
That's why we didn't have him at left back. But who would you pick?
It
for
was
right?
it was always gonna be Harry Wilson. Like he's had an amazing season. You know, at Bournemouth he was good. Like you can see the flashes of him being like a good player, but this season he's just taken up to like a whole nother level. I shouldn't say this because I'm a Chelsea fan, but like Fulham is my like second Prem team to like
That's
watch and root
crazy.
for.
They hate
Do-
you.
What
I
does that
know,
even
but
mean?
I'm Nigerian
agree.
and they have all the Nigerians on
That's
there.
fair. That actually is fair. That is
actually
fair.
Ever since Iwobi came there, I've been watching them. I
Yeah.
like the way they play, and Harry Wilson is just such a good player to watch, man.
Yeah.
And I think he's had an amazing season, and he deserves to be on that team this season as well.
Yeah, so I think we all agree on Harry Wilson, which
Yeah, Semenyo, Harry Wilson.
shout out.
Two
I can't
wingers.
really think of the last time. I mean, maybe Robinson last season, but I can't think of the last time before that when like a Fulham player you could genuinely argue was the best player in the league, and especially not the way Wilson's done it, where it's like I feel like you wouldn't think a Fulham player would play the way Wilson does, where it just feels like he knows what he's doing
Well,
all the time.
Well, he grew up in the Liverpool academy.
Yeah, no, I know, and he was at Cardiff, I think. He scored like
Yeah,
an
and he was-
iconic free kick. Was that
No,
against
it
United?
was Derby, and he scored against at
United.
Old Trafford.
Yeah, was that to knock? It wasn't to knock them out though.
They
It was-
drew, but I think they knocked them out on pens. Pink boots. I remember that. That was that game.
For the last position, we have striker, which
I also think he's a shoe-in.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think
But-
I got my third United player in.
Yeah,
I think that's if it was half season, maybe, but not full year.
If it was since January?
Yeah.
maybe. But even then, I think
Even then?
low key, you could look at our guy, unironically since
Yeah,
January.
but I don't know about that. Like, I think he's good enough. We had this conversation. I think give him a season,
Yeah.
like a full season
be
with
better.
a proper winger, like
Yeah.
just adapt to the league. He
agree.
will. For me, my pick for striker though, before I say like the winner, these guys deserve a big shout. And if this guy wasn't at striker, I'd give it to them over Holland. Guys like Welbeck
Oh yeah,
and Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
yep.
Those guys deserve massive shouts.
Yeah.
Is the only reason is like it's the biggest position. You can't fit many strikers in,
Yeah.
but those guys deserve to be in some sort of team of the season. Danny
about
Welbeck,
Igor
how old
Thiago?
is he?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No,
so.
that's my pick.
Oh
I'm just
really?
saying-
Okay.
I'm just saying
Oh.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
that's my pick is number one. I'm not putting Holland in there
Okay.
because he's been gone since like
Remember his last argument about Igor Thiago? When his
I
head
didn't know
shifted?
I didn't know
Remember
this
last
guy.
time?
What do you say?
You
No,
didn't
I
realize that
said
Igor Thiago was
Beto.
24?
I said Beto was better until I realized that Igor. I thought it was like a crazy like
You
one-off
thought that
purple
Igor
patch.
Thiago was like 30
40.
years
Oh
old.
yeah.
When I realized
No,
this
he-
guy's like a
yeah.
youngster, that changed my whole perception on him. Like
Yeah.
Igor Thiago has to be the winner, but before we talk about like the actual out and out winger, Danny Welbeck. I mean,
Yep.
oh my goodness, this guy's been moving like that
Yeah,
for
true.
like 6 years.
Yeah.
Like with the 6 goals to 8 goals to 9 goals, but people are really taking notice this year because his goals have been against bigger teams.
Yeah.
But
He's also scored. I don't know if he scored 12. This
no,
might be the most
this
he's
is
ever
this
scored.
is
in-
most he's ever scored ever in like
Yeah.
a season, apart from like Arsenal and all comps one year. This is the most he's ever scored, and he's what, like 34, 35, 6?
Oh no, even at Arsenal, no, this is the most he scored. He scored 12 at United one year, and he has 13 at Brighton this year. So this is,
Yeah.
which is crazy for someone.
He's
of his
aging
age.
better
Yeah.
with time, and I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I thought he was washed. Like, I genuinely thought he was washed.
Yeah,
and then
no,
he went
same.
on a, like, 9-game purple patch, but it hasn't even been a purple patch. It's just the chances aren't there for him right now.
Yeah,
When he gets a chance,
Well,
he's...
these is just fighting now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they're just
they're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Like there were
right?
moments
So,
where yeah,
That like 2 months run where he just scored every single game, and
And-
even when his run stopped, he scored like 2 offside goals in 2 games running. Like he's a clinical finisher. But Igor Thiago's number one because Holland has not been there since January. I think City would be in a title. Like I think City would be way closer if Holland was performing to the level he was before.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
I can't remember the last time I saw Holland score a goal. Like I genuinely can't. Maybe he scored like last weekend or like something like that. But I genuinely can't remember him scoring.
Well, he scored against Madrid, but in the league, I think it's like he has one open play goal in his last 15 games. Like he has fallen off.
Yeah, I remember he was like on 16 in like November. He's on like
Yeah,
what now?
22.
20
He
yeah,
scored
he's-
against Liverpool and Fulham.
and that was a pen. That was a pen
Yeah,
against Liverpool.
Fulham was open play, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Gala,
think? Wait,
before that,
one
he
thing you
hasn't
said.
scored
Do you think
January
Dominic
7th.
Calvert-Lewin is a clinical finisher?
I think this season he's
I don't think he's a
definitely
clinical
been-
finisher.
I
You don't
watched
think so?
I watched some of his games. Like there's some chances he misses.
Yeah.
I don't think he's clinical. I think
I wouldn't call him clinical.
I don't
either.
think he's clinical at all. In my opinion.
He's a good finisher.
yeah.
Clinical finisher is different.
Even this
Holland's
year.
a clinical finisher.
This year,
Igor Thiago's a clinical finisher. I would even say Sesko is probably a clinical finisher.
Sesko's
I'd have to
top
look at the
five,
numbers, but like
yeah.
just for Calvert-Lewin, he has like 12.5 xG and he has 10 goals.
Okay.
So he's underperforming. I think Gyökeres might be slightly overperforming as an example.
How many goals does Gyökeres have?
Gyökeres has 11 in the league
That's crazy.
on 9 xG.
I feel like we're wasting like a generational like striker at our club.
You
Like,
think he's? I don't think he's
And
generational.
you're saying Gyökeres is that?
I think he can become
Yeah.
that Holland lethal level player.
I think
and we're just not like
he-
he just doesn't work in our system.
he
you know
might
what I
be at
mean?
the wrong club. I have
He is
thought.
at the wrong-
100%
I have
of the
thought.
club.
What if he was at Barca? Like that has
What if,
come into
oh
my
my
mind.
goodness, bro!
Or what if
United?
what if we
bro.
just switch Sesko?
Oh
and
my God,
Gyökeres?
we'd be doing so much better.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be doing better too?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't? I've heard United fans be like, Gyökeres is trash. I'm so glad we got Sesko. You
But
genuinely.
that's because they don't like Arsenal. So because he's
yeah,
there,
that's fair. And it's also
their mind.
this is like the most like.
I
these-
wanted Gyökeres.
Yeah.
That was my number one.
We wanted Loki Sesko.
Sesko,
I mean,
that's what I
I'm
mean,
happy
right?
with Gyökeres. I do think he's very like. I think he's
Yeah.
good.
Oh my! I'm just trying to think.
I just think
look at how high this guy jumps, and Arteta just like
No,
saw
I know,
that
I
and
know,
licking
I know,
his
I know.
lips, bro.
I know,
Arteta
I know.
saw
I
his
actually
celebration and was licking his lips.
have you seen his like in between the legs dunk? He did,
Bro,
like,
this
I'm
guy's moving like
I'm-
an NBA
He's
player.
doing these
Yeah.
days.
he has
Bro.
like 42-inch vert and he's 6'5".
Yeah.
I'm like Sesko just looks like a supervillain. Like he actually just looks like the first person I saw who I kind of thought that was Dusan Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Where I saw him and I'm like that guy. He just looks evil.
Yeah.
And Sesko kind of has
I
that
think
look
if
too.
Sesko like really gets that like evil in
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
he might become scary.
But he also does need to develop. Like he also needs to.
Yeah.
No, bro, the,
His
the
passing
evil
is a
one.
bit
Do you
off,
want to know
like
who
his-
the evil one is?
Who
I
I'd
think
have?
Carvajal is the number one supervillain.
But he's also he's like
He's racist as well.
okay, well,
Like super racist.
bro, they're all the Spanish players. Cucurella is, bro. There's
Yeah,
precedent.
oh, don't put Cucurella in
would
there.
not
No,
like
there's,
that.
there's some,
Cucurella in
there's something.
Cucurella is definitely in there.
Yeah, there's
Wait,
something.
Cucurella would not shake your hand in a room. He would not. He would not shake your
Now
hand
you're,
in a
yeah,
room.
now you're saying
No,
crap.
he's-
If we're talking racist, we need to go to the, you know what I mean, the Argentinian first, bro. Enzo? I know Enzo wouldn't shake my hand.
Cucurella
bro.
and Suarez are from the same family,
Bro.
Enzo wouldn't look at you.
I know.
Bro,
Marky,
Boy.
was you striker?
yeah. I think off vibes, it would be Igor Thiago.
It's
I
not
think
even
off,
vibes though. Just think of expectations too.
but I also think of who's been the best striker, and I do think Holland has been the best striker. I also think Thiago has fallen off. Like
I think it's the opposite.
In the I guess yeah, maybe he's had. I think Thiago his best period was like maybe like October to January. Like he just had his good season at a different time, and I think you're doing recency bias and putting him over Holland. Igor Thiago has 6 penalty goals, and
know,
those do
I
matter.
know.
But Holland has 3 penalty goals, so he has 19 open play goals versus Igor Thiago's 13. I think there is always the argument that Holland hasn't been good recently, but I think that's more recency bias and punishing him because his purple patch was earlier in the season. When this isn't the Champions League, where because it's a league campaign, every game matters as much as the other.
Yeah.
So him having a purple patch at the beginning of the season actually was what kept Man City afloat early on, because he was bagging 70% of their goals.
The thing that really made me change my perception on Igor Thiago and made me kind of like start watching and looking at him a little different is I heard the Brentford owner made like a little talking point on his club strikers and saying how do they keep getting new ones after Wisa, after Tony, like how do you
After
guys keep getting a
Mbeumo
new
too,
one?
yeah.
And they keep on talking about how
Yeah.
how in what's it called? How in their metrics for what makes a good striker, they'd rather see one who misses a lot of big chances than someone who's more clinical, because missing a lot of big chances means like it's adjacent to you get yourself in
Yeah.
good positions.
Yeah.
You are in that position to score.
Yes.
And I feel like Holland's 20 versus Igor Thiago's 10. I think Igor Thiago's 10 for Brentford, who play with throw-ins and long
That's fair.
balls,
Is more valuable
than
that's fair.
a City side that has 60% possession playing in the other team's half, and Holland misses 20 big chances.
Fair.
So that's why I would put Igor Thiago, just because
I don't hate
if
that.
you compare them, like look at Igor Thiago's ceiling, or for
Yeah.
what we've seen of him,
Yeah.
he's keeping that kind of same He's like a 7, 8 out of 10, has like one crazy game. He's been doing that. Yeah. Haaland is this 10 out of 10 player.
And then a 5.
Where is this comparison with Mbappe for Ballon d'Or? Because that was the conversation that we had at the beginning of the season, and he's gone now.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's making me put him down is how highly he was ranked early in the season. Even if he's performing well, the conversation that we were having about him in November is it's not even not as good. It's gone. Nobody's talking about him anymore.
True.
And that's why that's changed my mind.
And I guess probably to your point, he's missed the chances that could have won them games.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've watched games and he's missing chances where
you wouldn't have seen him do it.
But not even that. It's the important chances.
Yeah.
City have been drawing games, and it's almost like if Haaland just gave something. Like they don't need him to score a goal and a half like he started off. But even a goal every 2 games would be the difference between a 9-point gap and maybe a 2-point gap with Arsenal. So I'll actually change my opinion. I'll do Igor Thiago as well. Who are you? Dar, who you got?
João Pedro.
Yo, Loki.
Not even a bad shout,
Loki.
but not as good.
I'm joking. I'm gonna put João Pedro in there. The goals have dried up like as of recent. If he was still going on the way he was, I'll definitely put him up there. But I'm going Haaland. I think you made a good case for Igor Thiago, but Haaland's still like the better player this season, in my opinion.
That's fair.
It has dried up for him as of recent. He's not being the Haaland we expect of him, but I still think this version of him is still better than what Thiago has produced this year. I know his goals are his goals are more like valuable.
Yeah.
In terms of like the clubs
winning
that play
his team
for
points and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But I think Haaland has still been the better player this season.
Okay, I have a question, like a hypothetical for you guys. Haaland ends the season on 27 goals, or like let's say 30, 29. Let's say Haaland ends on 28. Igor Thiago gets 26. 26 for Brentford. Is that not your striker for the season? Because 26 goals for Brentford.
What? That'd be the best striker in the world. For being honest.
26 goals. I don't think it'd be the best striker in the world, but
26 goals for Brentford,
or
Haaland 28, 29, whatever he gets.
Who do I think is a better striker?
If you can, like, let's just say they end the season on
off the season,
just off the season, base it off of that season. Igor Thiago, let's just say not. How many is he on right now? 19.
Yeah.
25, 24.
Sure.
Get 6 more goals.
Sure.
25, 24 versus Haaland gets, let's say, 8 goals and City finished second, but within 2 points or something.
So he has 30. Haaland has 30 goals.
Who do you give it to? Because Haaland has performed to that level consistently. And he's kind of below his usual average. That's what I'm saying.
If he bagged 30, I'd give it to Haaland. I also think I'd give it to Haaland because at that point, I would say that this is almost a mirror image of what happened with Isak last year, where Isak had a good season, even scored more than Haaland, and people were like, "Is he better than Haaland?" And people were making that argument. People were genuinely saying like, Isak is like the striker of the future, and Haaland is like a system player, and Isak's like kind of his own system. I would give it to Haaland because I just think Haaland's better, and I think when you bag 30, you bag 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Thiago would be more impressive.
30 goals.
Yeah, I think Thiago would be more impressive, but Haaland would be better, and I'd give it to the better player. So the final lineup for our Premier League team this season is David Raya, Jurrien Timber, right back, Saliba and Gabriel at the center backs, Nico O'Reilly at left back, Casemiro at DM, Declan Rice at center mid, Bruno at attacking mid, Semenyo off the left, Harry Wilson off the right, and Igor Thiago up top.